Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Was trying to figure out an idea for a video, and as I'm thinking, I'm listening to a record. Uh, Many of you know I work from home, so I'm able to listen to records throughout the day. Generally, that's what's on in the background as I'm working, and it's great. I love it. And there's a record that my dad gave me a couple years ago that I'd never heard of. And my dad is a great guy, and he will look up albums that he thinks I don't have because he doesn't know what I have in my collection here. And so I think he was looking up something like best live albums to own. And one day, out of the blue, he just gives me this. This is Jerry Lee Lewis live at the Star Club, Hamburg. This is from 1964, originally only available in Europe. So this didn't really come to the States, as far as I understand, until 2014, which would have been the 50th anniversary of this record. Now, at this time, in terms of hit records, Jerry Lee was pretty much over the hill. I mean, he obviously had Great Balls of Fire, and whole lot of shaking going on. But after that, he was, like a lot of those guys in the 50s, overtaken by British invasion. In 64, you had the Beatles really coming into their own. You had groups like, the Stones kind of coming out, the Zombies on the verge of things. So rock and roll was really different than what it was even 5 or 6 years ago with the Del Shannons and the Little Richards of the world. Again, Jerry Lee would do all sorts of country music, gospel music, etc. He got himself into a little bit of trouble in the 50s, I believe 1957, which is when if you know, there were some issues with a young lady that he married, and I'll leave it at that. And he got a lot of, flack for it, as he should have. What he did was terrible. And he was trying to mount some sort of comeback. He was touring in Europe. He was doing really well there. This record did really well there. And he gathered together a group called the Nashville Teens. Now, the Nashville Teens are not from Tennessee. They're a British band. And they had a big hit with the song Tobacco Road, which several people have covered. And they were his backing band on here. So you have this American guy, you have this British band playing in Hamburg, which is where the Beatles were really formative in the early 60s, put out this monster of a live record. Not monster because it is long, it's under 40 minutes, I think it's 35 or 36 minutes, but this thing rocks. And I'm presenting it to you today as an album that you need to own. If you like rock and roll, if you like driving piano and just song after song without much say in between, check it out. Jerry Lee Lewis live at the Star Club in Hamburg. This has all the hits on it that you would want from Jerry Lee. Again, he does Great Balls of Fire, a whole lot of shaking going on. He's doing songs by Ray Charles like What I Say, I Got a Woman. He does Money, which the Beatles did, as well as Matchbox, the Carl Perkins song. His actually was part of the Sun Records family of artists that Jerry Lee was a part of, both of whom were in the $1 Million Quartet with Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash. You also have Your Cheatin' Heart, the old Hank Williams tune. You have Hound Dog, which Elvis had made famous at this point. Good Golly Miss Molly, the Little Richard tune. Long Tall Sally by Little Richard. I Got a Woman, like I said. High School Confidential. Just fantastic rock and roll tunes. The audience is fantastic. This was, in fact, recorded live. And really, that album cover is what you get. You've got Jerry Lee standing up. You've got these guys just playing raw. I think you had microphones really heavy on the piano, so you get a lot of piano in the mix. You get the crowd who are just very enthusiastic. They keep chanting, Jerry, Jerry. It's awesome. This was a reissue that was put out by Bear Family Records, who they do some great compilations as well. I have a couple of Christmas albums. But there it is on that label, Bear Family Records. Again, I don't have a lot to say. I don't have a long history with this record. I remember the first time I heard it, I was absolutely floored. Listening to it today, again, just so good. It's raucous. And best for last, it is the best gatefold I've ever seen. You open it up and you have this gigantic map of Hamburg, which is awesome. So I highly recommend it. Jerry Lee Lewis live at the Star Club, Hamburg. It's fantastic. It's raucous. Whatever you want to say about Jerry Lee Lewis, the dude had stage presence and could tear up a piano. So that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have this album, and if you don't, get it. I'm telling you, you need it in your collection. So that does it for me. In the meantime, y'all be good, take care, and we will see you on the next one. Bye now.